What's good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? JDaisy here with the JDaisy Gaming Channel with our Sunday news broadcast, not new broadcast, news broadcast, here on the 19th of June, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and my father and grandfather. Sincerely, happy birthday. We all appreciate everything you do for us. So this week was E3, if you didn't notice, by my coverage and just gaming news in general. So it was dominated by gaming news. And to try and give each story its own, allotted time on here would just be crazy. So I'm just going to run through the stuff I covered on E3 of the games that really stuck out to me, and just make some little comments. So it's not a lot of like in-depth, but just we'll cover the quick things. From the E3 conference, the Visceral Games announcing that they're working on a Star Wars game with an original narrative coming out in 2017. That was really showed a lot of prospect. Respawn Entertainment was working on third-person action adventure game in Star Wars. That stuck out to me. The Battlefield 1 gameplay was good. I got mad at the whole way they presented it, but you can watch my coverage of E3 to understand why that is. The Batman Telltale Games, it was good to see that they're still working on that's in development. Bethesda announcing that Fallout 4 is having 3 new DLCs coming out, with the next one coming out this next week. That was very exciting. On a personal note, I think Todd Howard really missed out on an opportunity to announce that they're working on Skyrim Elder Scrolls 6, or just Elder Scrolls 6. He announced that at an IGN press conference, I believe it was IGN press conference, that they're working on it, but it's far, far off. I think he really missed out on an opportunity to say that on stage. If he would have said that on stage, I really think it would have made the Bethesda press conference a lot bigger, because otherwise it really wasn't that impressive. Nothing that we haven't really seen. A lot of Dishonored 2, but I mean that I wasn't overly impressed. But maybe that's just me. Going on to the AMD gaming show the next day, Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord looked really good to me. I was really excited. That looks really good. The Halo Wars 2 announcement, that was really promising. Day of Infamy, from the people that make Insurgency, that looked really good. Arma 3 announcing Apex is coming very soon, and that you can pre-order it now at a discount price. That was very awesome. From the Microsoft conference, the fact that their Project Scorpio is making big headway, Xbox Slim is coming, and that they are making prospects to try and get all games onto the PC as well, so that there won't be any just Xbox exclusive games anymore. I might be paraphrasing, but the fact that they're going to try and bring as many games to PC as possible, that prospect made me really caught my attention a lot. Moving on to the PlayStation conference, which I think personally stole the show, because that was the one that I was second to least interested in watching, but it was definitely the one that I got the most enjoyment and best time out of watching, because they just did it in the right way. They just came out, did a nice presentation. The band was amazing. And the fact that they just came out and put trailer after trailer after trailer with not a lot of jib-jab in between, that really stuck out to me. That's the way I like to have my press conferences. If you want to talk at the end about what you're working on, awesome. That's great. I love it. But just lay it all out on the line and let me see it. But moving on. The Horizon Zero Dawn still looks really good. I'm really disappointed. All these games that are PlayStation exclusive, I'm really disappointed I won't get a chance to play them unless I break down and buy a PlayStation, which I don't know. It's a whole game system I'd have to buy, and currently being unemployed, money's going to get tight quicker than not. But moving on, that's a video for another day. God of War, that was kind of the biggest reveal at E3, in all honesty. I mean, that was really the thing that stuck out to me, that would be something, that was really exciting. That I don't think anyone really saw coming, other than the game I'll talk about in a little bit. Days Gone looked really good. The gameplay they showed at the end really kind of exemplified how good it looks. The Become Human, the set in Detroit making decision Android one. That looked pretty interesting. If they do it right, I'll keep that on my radar. But all these games I'm going to keep on my radar, but it doesn't mean anything because they're PlayStation exclusives. Resident Evil 7 looks scary as hell. I watched the Rooster Teeth Achievement Hunters play through it, and it did not help the scariness factor of it. I tell you what, watching them play it as a nighttime security guard at work, and then having to do a patrol in the dark after watching that, oh man, I had goosebumps. I was a little on edge the entire shift. And kind of the thing that really was announced that really caught me off guard, but I don't think it got as big of a reception as I thought it would be. The Batman Arkham VR, that caught me off guard because I thought they were done with Arkham games, and from what I understood, the developers thought they were done with Arkham games. So the fact that they are making Batman Arkham VR was very interesting to me, and that's the one that I'm most disappointed I won't get a chance to try out. Kojima came out and did his big reveal that I think was the one that really kind of stole the limelight in the media's eyes, and that was Death Stranding. But the only thing that that keeps me kind of skeptical, other than the fact that it's PlayStation, is the fact that I don't know what's going on. You know, it was a very artsy trailer, very intense, but it looked really good. Don't get me wrong. It looked really good. I just don't know what it's about. Is it a horror game? Is it an adventure game? Is it role playing? You know, I don't have any experience I can play off that, but it still looked really amazing. Really, really good. Moving on to the Ubisoft. These are kind of out of order too. It just occurred to me. The Ubisoft conference, Wildlands. They showed a lot of Wildlands. But it's still in the same category as almost all the Ubisoft games are to me. They look really good on trailer. They look really good in all the gameplay footage, but I'm always skeptical. Every Ubisoft game, minus the next one I talk about, I am really skeptical about. Ubisoft and I have a love-hate relationship. They are the ones with the most weight to throw around, I think. In all honesty, they are the ones that, if you're going to make a game, they have the most studios and best people that can do a game. The reason I say it's a love-hate is because the hate comes that their gameplay trailers and the gameplay footage never lives up to what they show in the actual final game. That has been a sour taste in my mouth ever since like Assassin's Creed Unity and Watch Dogs 1. It's just a personal thing. A lot of people are on that train, and it's not me just trying to be on that down on Ubisoft train. I will be the first one to admit they make some of the best games. I've played every Assassin's Creed. I mean, that has to show how good they are, even if it's the same thing with a new skin, how well they can draw me in. I'm getting off on a really bad tangent when it gets to Ubisoft, but I apologize. Continuing on, Wildlands looked good, but so did everything. It looked very Division-y. Coming out March 7th, 2017. Moving on, South Park had one of the best trailers, I will say, that caught me off guard. It was the first 10 seconds, getting the guys over there at Frostbite to come out and make that. Whew. They definitely... Was it Frostbite? Yeah. No, it was Snowdrop. I apologize. It was Snowdrop. Having the guys over at Snowdrop and the gals over at Snowdrop make that was a good marketing move. That was a really, really, really good marketing move. I really enjoyed that. The Division, their whole, DLCs are coming. That was nothing. Star Trek: The Bridge Crew, again, a game I'm not really gonna play, but it looked really good, and it looked good because they had LeVar Burton on screen, and I like LeVar Burton. Sue me, I think he's a great guy. So the fact that they had LeVar Burton on there just really caught me off guard. For Honor, I know this is supposed to be the highlights of E3, and as a highlight, I must say that For Honor just looked really disappointing. It looked just completely 180 from what it looked like over last year at E3. It just really, really shocked me that they would come out with that. I don't know what else to say about it. I guess I'll keep it on the radar, but it just looked really bad. From a gameplay mechanic style. I mean, visually it's Ubisoft. It looks good. But just gameplay mechanics and it just didn't look that good. Grow Up. Of course I'm interested. I played very, very little Grow Home, and what I did play I loved. I'm hoping that the Steam sale this week has it on sale so I can pick it up, because I played very little of it and I would like to play a lot more, but I just don't want to pay the whole $7 to buy it. So hopefully the Steam sale this week. And if you didn't know, there's a Steam sale this week. Small tangent. Steam sale starting the 23rd, I believe. I don't have that written down, but I believe it's the 23rd. Is the Steam sale this week. So, prepare your wallets to be a lot lighter and to get hit pretty hard. But don't forget, this got brought up by Polygon. I'm getting off from my main scripted news segment. This was brought up, I believe, by Polygon. Steam isn't the only place to buy games. I use Steam a lot. I use Steam probably 98% of the time for my game purchasing needs, but Steam is not the only place to buy games. Good Old Games exists, G2A exists, but those often are Steam keys. Kingwin exists, cdkeys.com exists. There are other places, and I just Amazon of course has their thing and stuff like that, and then Ubisoft has what Ubisoft has, and EA has what EA has. I'm just trying to say, Polygon threw up a good point that even though there's a Steam sale going on, it might not always be the best place to get the game. I will still say I use Steam for 98% of the time, and I'm still really excited a Steam sale is coming up. And none of this is promoted, by the way. We haven't reached the sponsor level of the channel. We have no endorsement. But Steam, if you're listening, you want to throw a little money my way, I'm not going to argue, because it'll just be coming right back to you guys. Now back to our regular scheduled programming. And ironically, I'm running out of news, but back at the Ubisoft conference, Steep looked really good. Really caught me off guard. That was another reveal. It looked really good. It was kind of the same way as The Crew. You hear those two words of sports, open world, and you go, how the hell are they going to do that? The Crew, it was racing, open world. You're like, how the hell? And The Crew was good until they threw out the DLCs and made the game virtually unplayable. But, the companies are going to do what companies do. We're, as consumers, are going to do what we're going to do. Yeah, the dance continues. And that's it for what I have of the E3 coverage. Like I said, the news was really dominated by that, so to try and find news stories outside of it was a little difficult this week. But for the personal power-up moment of the week, this is the segment of the show where I talk about something that is more personal to me. And like I said, eventually we're going to get a graphic for this, and this segment's going to have its own thing. I hope I really think I want to make this a staple of my channel, is having the Sunday news. Eventually it'll have its own, video at the beginning and an outro, but for right now, we're just going to stick with random footage I have on hand of Michael and Todd Howard playing golf. But personal power-up moment of the week, I just want to say, send out good vibes and thoughts to Christina Grimm's family. I can't say that I watched her on The Voice. I can't say that I particularly watched her videos. I think I saw one or two on YouTube. But what happened was horrendous, and it was overshadowed by an even worse event. And I'm not trying to downplay either. I'm just saying that it really affected me, because as someone trying to get into the YouTube business and trying to get into this community, to see someone that I was told and have heard the name before as a pillar of the YouTube community, really affected me, because as someone trying to, like I said, someone trying to get into this, it really kind of shook me to my core, in all honesty. Just the fact that, and don't get me wrong, they're still investigating it. They still don't know why this guy did what he did. The facts are still coming in. So I'm not trying to presume that he did it because of her YouTube or because of her voice. I'm just saying that if it was, we always jump to speculation when something bad like this happens. And if it was because of something she said on YouTube or something like that, the fact that I'm getting into this and my channel is my name, and it really kind of shook me to my core, and I just want to send out my thoughts to their family, that if they ever see this, as someone that didn't even know her, it really affected me, and I can't even imagine how it affects someone that knew her or her brother that tackled the bastard. Um, just wanted to send out some good vibes. Sorry to kind of end this video on kind of a downer, but like I said, this is the personal power up moment is a story that really affected me, or I thought was really important, or what have you. So this is something that really, honestly, shook me up during when I heard about it on, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday, Monday. It really shook me to my core. It really made me have to step back and think, is this what I really want to do? Do I really want to expose myself to the entire world? Do I really want them to, be in that light? And at the end of the day, you just gotta hope that the good outweighs the evil in this world. And I think that's something that no matter what profession you do, you're gonna run that risk. And I'm just gonna keep doing what I do, and what happens happens. Technically right now this is my career, because I just quit my job yesterday, or was my final day of my 2 weeks, and I don't have anything lined up. So right now this is my career. So I guess, long story short, dream come true. YouTube is now my career, even though I wish it was on better terms and we were a little further along. I'm still looking for employment, so hopefully something pops up to help keep bankrolling this. But until then, man, we really got off on a tangent there, didn't we? Yeah, we'll end the video here. If you're watching the actual footage, I don't know why you would be. I do win this with a solid 13 over. Just about as worse I'm worse in real life at golfing than I am in video games, if that tells you anything. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the video, the news, anything, I love feedback. I absolutely love it. Please leave it down in the comment section, or tweet me, or email me, whatever form of way gets to you. Let me know if you think that you'd like to see more of this, because I think I'd really like to make this a staple of my channel and just keep continuing it. And as always, have a good one.